Good morning, YouTube. Foster Daddy. Getting ready to start working on my kitten jungle gym cat wall. So as you can see, I've got a very crude outline of just some tape and stuff put up. I did get a couple of my shelves up already, and I found these cool little cat beds at Walmart for like $8. They were cheap, so which is what I'm going for. So got two of my shelves, corner shelves up, and some of these marks, like these marks here and here, that's where my studs are, and then the other stuff is kind of where stuff is going to go somewhat. It's definitely a fly by the seat of my pants, and I've already decided I'm going to deviate from what I've got here slightly. So it's going to basically be one piece at a time and figure out what to do next, because I've never done this before, and so like I say, I'm flying by the seat of my pants, but hopefully it'll be pretty cool when I'm done. I've got a room full of 3 rambunctious nuggets, have gone crazy this morning. They'll probably be ready for a nap here real soon, so let's get started. Okay, down here in the basement, got my miter saw set up. I got my tree that I'm going to use for different parts of the cat wall. I made my first cut here, a 36-inch piece that's going to be upright. It basically is just going to work as hopefully a cat scratching post and a little climbing post. I've got these 1x4s here that I'm going to mount on the studs, and then screw the log here into the 1x4s, and the 1x4s will be attached to the studs. So hopefully that will give a good, solid, sturdy place that these will be mounted. I'm going to try to catch as many studs with as many stuff as I can, and where I can't, I've got these supposed to be pretty good drywall anchors, so we'll find out. So here we go. Part number 1. Wish me luck. And so it has begun. So there's my first piece. Just a straight piece of log. Just made 2 brackets out of wood, screwed the log into the brackets, and then screwed the brackets onto the wall. You just can't help climbing my feet. This is why I'm building this. So maybe you guys won't climb my legs. Of course, I'm sure they'll ignore it and continue to try to climb my legs. But this is for you little hellions and all the other little hellions that'll come after you. Climb on the tree, not on Foster Daddy's legs. You would not believe how shredded my legs are. So anyway, the next piece I want to try to figure out is this. I thought was an extremely unique piece of wood. It's like 2 branches grew into one, and this was where it was cut off of the tree, and the branches came out like this, and then 2 of them, and then became one. Somebody that knows more about trees than me could probably tell me how this happened, but a very good friend of mine who's got a little side hustle that he cuts wood and sells it, found this in a tree that he was chopping up to sell and saved it just because it was so cool and unique, and actually gave it to me so I could use it for my cat wall. Well, I had a slight moment of, I don't want to go so far as to say genius, but I had what I think is a good idea. I figured out that this side of this odd-shaped branch was pretty straight and pretty flat. So I took my belt sander and just kind of knocked that off, so that'll fit a lot more solid to the wall. I think I'm going to take a little bit more off of it. And then what I'm going to do is I've got these big deck screws, 3.5 inch drywall screws essentially. So I'll pilot drill 3 holes, The one in the middle is going straight into a stud, and I'll use those big plastic anchor for that. Well, Early Bird seems to like it. See if she'll jump over here. Let me get my stuff out the way, baby. Come on. Come on. There you go. There you go. There's your baby. There's your baby. You can make it. Good girl. Good girl. Good job, baby. Oh, you can see out that window real good from there, can't you? Ooh, I like that. Ooh, I like that. All right, so my deformed piece of wood is mounted straight to the wall. That sanding that backside of that off did an absolute marvelous job. I mean, it's up there. I got 2 long wood screws going into a stud right here. I got this screw, I don't know if you can see it, that screw right there going into an anchor. And then I got another one right here going into an anchor, which you could kind of see back there, but you'll never see it unless you get up behind here. I'll take a spatula or something and clean that up. So I don't even know that I need any kind of supports, really. I mean, it ain't going nowhere. I mean, if the wood breaks, it'll come down, but with those 2 bolts directly into a 2x4 pre-drilled, everything's good and solid, not going to split everything or split anything. Man, that thing is it's up. So my thoughts is hopefully they'll climb up here. I am debating whether to put a little top on top of here like is on top of the cat scratching post. I got one, again, another little scrap piece of wood that I had, almost exact same size. I just squared it up and 2 little screws right down into the top there, and I've got me a nice little topper. So the thought is they come up here, jump up to here, come across to the bed, they can lay here. Okay, so we're back, and I want to show you how I'm making these steps. I call them steps. They're not really steps per se, but I had the small end of my branch. Hey, Poppy. Poppy always wants to help, don't you, baby? And so I just cut me a limb off here and just made these short little 5-inch little dowels, whatever you call them, I don't know. And they're just going to go on here just like this. See how long before Poppy knocks one over. And I got it all marked out to drill. And then I'm just going to run a screw in through the back, through the underside here of the 1x4. So I'm going to pre-drill everything. And that way hopefully none of the wood will split. But this will be on a 45-degree angle going up the wall. And I give them a nice little staircase. And here is my little step thingamajig. Funny thing, I was putting it in and I put this first screw into the stud right here, and my little orange cream puff jumped up on the cat tree and climbed right up. So I thought that was a good sign. So I think it came out really cool looking, actually. I love the look of the raw wood. And so I don't know if I mentioned this already or not, but I pretty much have decided that these wood pieces that everything is kind of mounting to, those pieces there and there, here, and with whatever else I'm going to end up doing, I'm just going to paint them the color of the wall. One, because it's damn low maintenance and it'll help sort of hide those a little bit, I'm hoping. So the emphasis will more be on the wood and not the bracket that's holding it. I have decided I'm going to go a shelf here and a shelf here where my tape is coming off. So I've got stud roughly here, a stud roughly here, stud there, stud there. So I'm going to do my kind of version of a hidden shelf, or a floating shelf, I guess they call it. I'm just going to take a 1x4 and put a strip across the wall, and then screw the top part of the shelf right down into that, and this I will glue and drill and screw it all together. Okie dokie, we're back making some more progress. So I made these two shelves, sort of a floating shelf concept, but not really. You can see the brace on the bottom. And this shelving board that I had is horribly bowed, and I didn't really notice it. I got one that's bowing down, and this one is bowing up. So, you know, the whole point of this is to use just junk that I've had laying around that would probably just go to the dump, and just try to use some of it up. But so there's the concept anyway I'm going for on those shelves. I most likely will hurry up and get this unscrewed and apart, because it is glued. It has been glued, and that Gorilla Glue sets up quick. It may already be set up to the point where I can't get it back apart. But then I'm going to go buy some new shelving board that is not bowed like this. But there's kind of where we are. Climbing post here, and I've had all three of them have been climbing up that already. They don't really know what they're doing when they get to the top. So I'm thinking about putting me another shelf, a small one along here, right along in here to the left of that post, where when they get up to the top, they've got somewhere to kind of go. Then they can jump across to here, and then jump across there. I still haven't figured out 100% what I'm doing with this area. I've got to figure out a way on this side to get up the wall to get up to here, so it gives them another option. I may end up just doing another 45 like I have there. That's probably the best solution, and it'll just kind of go up right there and probably stop right in this area, just short, just a little bit below the corner shelf.